Raise capital. Welcome back to Davidson at last. Today I'm going to share with you some of the really important tips about how to raise capital and the things you need to consider. Now let's dive into it. So in business, there are many times that we need cash to grow a company. How do we make sure that people will give us the money? You have to encounter three considerations. And these three considerations are really, really important. Let's get in there. Point number one. The investor is going to ask you, are you making any money right now? And the answer is better, yes. Because if you don't, your company is only going to worth this amount. Your company doesn't even worth any money. Feeling is very different from the value of a company. The value of your company is directly related to how much money you're making at this point. And this is why it is important not to even go to any investors if you're not making any money, because they just don't want to invest on something that has no guarantee. And I'm sure you will think the same way too. Point number two, shares. Now, in the case that you make a little bit of money and you still go out and ask, there are only two outcomes. Either it's just going to be a rejection, or the second outcome is, oh, you know what? How about that? I'm going to use a little bit of money to buy 90% of your shares. It is true. It is true. Yes, your business may have huge potential, and you start to, actually maybe you're making a little bit of money, but be careful of the investors, because they're the ones who try to use a really low cost to try to take control of your company. That's why you have to really think about whether you're willing to accept a low price. There's another case that, say, you own originally 100% of the shares. And if you sell 40%, now you only have about 60% left, right? Now, what happens if you need more money in the future? Then this 60%, maybe you sell another 20%. And what it turns out is that you only have remaining 40% left. Now, 40%, what it really means is you already lose control of your companies, because your shares right now is only worth 40% of the original 100%. And the rest of the investors who hold that 60%, they will take control. And you have to ask yourself, is that something that you will accept? Elaborate a little bit on point number two about the shares. Now, assuming that you have a big pie, originally you own 100% of it. Now, once you sell your shares, this is what's going to happen. say this is yours, and this belongs to the investor. Now, what happened is, as I said before, lion focus. If you dominate like a really small sector, like a steak restaurant, for seniors, what happened is, in the case that you have a very small market and you own 40%, assuming that you are not making really that much money, then this is the case that you may have to think, oh, are you really losing a lot? But in certain cases, let's say really big companies like Amazon, Alibaba, even the CEOs, maybe they just have about like 20% shares of this whole big pie. And when I say whole big pie, guess what? Amazon is making like billions of dollars. And even when you occupy 20% of like that billions and billions, even 20% is really a lot of money. So you're dealing with two different case scenarios, a really, really huge market, a small percentage in a huge market, versus a bigger percentage in a more marginalized market. That's something for you to consider. And because you have the ultimate, that affects your ultimate benefit. Now, one of the three, going back to control. Say, if you really have to sell more shares to make your final share to be less than 50%, that also means you may potentially lose your control. What happened is, some people, they try to negotiate with the investors so that they can still have more voting powers. Why? It's because you are the founders. Maybe you have some good ideas that you can explain to the investors, that if they follow your footprints, your ideas, that's how the company may actually benefit everyone in the long run. That's why you as a founder, even though you fall below that 50% shares and thus control, you still may try to negotiate for more voting powers so that you can still have a say. Not least, why? Why do you need more money? Why are you trying to borrow money from me? And how? Say you need $1 million, right? How are you going to use that $1 million? What are you going to use it for? Prepare for these answers, because the investors is going to really want to know how you're going to use that money to grow your business. It's their money at the end of the day. That's why be prepared to answer those questions. Now today, I talk about the three considerations that is important for investors to give money to you. Are you making any money? And hopefully the answer is yes. And if it's no, it's better not to even approach anyone. Make sure you work really, really hard, somehow generate some money from nothing. Shares. You sell shares, you lose some control. Are you okay with that? And also be careful of investors trying to take advantage of you by trying to grab a huge controlling stake while he pays a very low amount for it. Control and also why and how you spend the money.